It's now too late to stop global temperatures rising and for physical impacts to occur, but we can limit the damage and transition to a world tomorrow that everyone can live happily in. Governments have come together to attempt to limit the worst outcomes from climate change, and targets of net zero and negative zero are being adopted worldwide. In these short videos, we intend to look at the physical risk environment of the UK and to provide guidance on physical and property risk for our clients. Governments will drive behaviours through oversight of industry, through taxation and incentives, their owners, investors, financing lenders, and through messaging and policy for consumers. Industries of all types will begin to report on their efforts to decarbonise, on new technology adoption, and on investment strategies that lead to lower likely transition climate scenarios. This is the major battleground for human civilization as we move away from carbon-based power sources to renewable technologies and to carbon capture. Banks and other financial institutions will play a critical role in distributing finance to industry and to consumers with net zero in mind. Regulators in the UK will look at the portfolios of the financial institutions and the insurers, covering risks to loans involving land and property to assess their exposure to physical risks. All financial institutions are now on a journey to understand how physical risks will be assessed, how physical risks might change, and how physical risks might impact portfolios and hence financial risks to investors and to society. Understanding physical risks and their likely evolution through climate change is key. The types of physical risk that any national area might face requires a clear understanding of historical, regional climate patterns, national impacts from weather events, and insured impacts to land and property. Whereas traditionally, portfolios for lenders have been principally related to credit risk and valuation risk, the new focus on net zero means property risk and physical risk exposure are certain to grow in importance. For the UK, flooding, windstorm, frost, drought and subsidence would be real risks. Hurricanes, severe firestorm, tsunamis, volcanoes, avalanches and earthquakes would not be reasonable physical risks to plan for. Physical risks to UK property are well understood by insurers who naturally have a keen financial interest in the frequency, longevity and severity of floods, droughts, windstorms and other weather phenomena. However, for lenders, these considerations create a new environment alongside the typical credit and valuation risks in the old world. Going forward, UK lenders will need to be far more aware of evolving physical risks. Physical risks to UK property will in future need to be carefully understood by UK lenders at the address level and at the portfolio level. Investing in modernising existing homes or planned homes at direct risk of flooding, subsidence or some other physical peril is wasted money. Retrofitting homes with new technologies that then become an insured burden will damage confidence in improvements and will be costly mistakes. We will look at each physical risk in detail and discuss the likely significance to UK lenders of the evolving physical risk on property.